I love Grand Theft Auto 5. You love Grand Theft Auto 5. Critics love Grand Theft Auto 5. If it wasn't already clear, then let me remind you, just about everyone loves GTA 5. I mean, there's a reason why we can't wait for Rockstar's next entry in the iconic franchise, even if that recent delay means we have to wait a little while longer. Of course, we all know the saying, good things come to those who wait. It's true, especially in the world of video games. I'd rather wait a little while longer for a game to be polished than for it to be rushed. After all, GTA 5 had a handful of delays leading to its eventual release in 2013. So while we wait a little longer for Grand Theft Auto 5, why not spend some time with the handful of games that critics prefer? These are the open-world games that were reviewed higher than Grand Theft Auto 5.
The messy divorce between Hideo Kojima and Konami still doesn't feel real, and there's a small part of me that hopes the two make up, even though I'm more likely to win the lottery than that ever happening. If that's the case, then Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, is a perfect swan song for Kojima's Metal Gear Solid franchise. I, like many of you, had questions and concerns about the decision to take Metal Gear Solid open world. Silly me. Shows what I know, I guess. Say what you want about the story, Phantom Pain's gameplay is arguably the best in the Metal Gear Solid series. It has the perfect combination of immersive, intense, and heart-pounding stealth action that translates perfectly to an open world. At the same time, it has an impressive amount of wacky, silly, and sometimes over-the-top moments, all of which can happen organically. It's such a nice juxtaposition that helps balance out those super serious moments in the game's story. Konami has been hinting that they're looking to develop new Metal Gear Solid games, but they'll be an impossible position. Not only do they have impossible shoes to fill, stepping in for one of the all-time best developers in Kojima, but arguably a perfect game in Phantom Pain.
Before The Witcher 3, the franchise had produced two enjoyable open-world RPGs, but it felt like they were missing something. Both were deep, immersive, and crunchy role-playing experiences, but they weren't the most accessible games in the world. Enter The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, following through on the franchise's commitment to delivering rich RPG experiences. However, the gameplay and combat have been reworked, and they are actually enjoyable now. Where The Witcher 3 succeeds the most is in its sustained commitment to the role-playing experience. There are far too many games that sacrifice the RPG elements as they continue. I love Mass Effect 2, but there's no denying that it's a far more streamlined action RPG that sacrifices the RPG side of things to provide a more action-oriented experience. The Witcher 3 proves that you can have the best of both worlds. Ironically, this is the deepest, richest, and most immersive entry in the franchise. It proves that you don't have to make any sacrifices to deliver an incredible RPG experience. We're going to talk about the full release in a bit. For now, let's talk about what is, in the eyes of many, the gold standard of DLC. Shadow of the Erdtree is such a crowning achievement that it sparked controversy for, get this, being too good. It was nominated for several Game of the Year awards last year, raising the question whether or not DLC is even eligible for such an award. It reminds me of a similar conversation 20 years ago surrounding Ninja Gaiden Black, released in 2005 as the definitive and superior version to the Xbox's best 2004 game, Ninja Gaiden. One of the things that makes Shadow of the Erdtree so special is that not only is it more of the same Elden Ring content we already know and love, but it also finds a way to expand on the base game, moving it forward while staying true to what makes Elden Ring itself such a special game. It reminds me a lot of how the Burning Crusade expanded on World of Warcraft while retaining the magic of its predecessor. No matter how you feel about that debate, there's one thing that remains clear. Shadow of the Erdtree is an excellent open-world game. What is there to say about Elden Ring that hasn't already been brought up? We know how critically acclaimed this game is. We know how successful this game is. So let's instead talk about the moment everything clicked for me.
The Souls-like genre has always used difficulty as a core gameplay mechanic. Boss fights aren't always hard for the sake of being hard, but also as a way to hint that players should seek other routes instead. That's something on full display in Elden Ring's open world, arguably more so than any other previous From Software game. Here's the thing though, I'm not constrained by linear environments or hallways. I'm in a massive open world and can go anywhere I want to, including running past enemies to pick up valuable equipment. I can play the game on my own terms, my rules, ignoring most of the enemies in my way. I mean, they can't catch me if I keep running, right? This is the genius of Elden Ring's open world. Yes, it's one of the hardest Souls-likes you can play. Yes, it's brutally challenging and will push you to your limits. But you can push back. You can fight fire with fire, or in some cases, bring the gun to the knife fight, break the rules of the game, and use it to your advantage.
I get that it's somewhat easy to dunk on Grand Theft Auto 4 today, especially considering everything that Rockstar has done since. I also get that it's easy to call GTA 5 the more impressive game, especially due to its ability to weave in the stories of its three protagonists so effortlessly. Having said all that, you have to remember that Grand Theft Auto 4 was released in 2008 and was unlike anything else that came out before it. Of course, we've seen open worlds before plenty of times. Ironically, Grand Theft Auto 3's Liberty City was the previous gold standard for open world gameplay in the new world of 3D video games. But what GTA 4 does is still unmatched today. Rockstar has learned some refinement and polish over the years, leading to the masterpieces that are Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. We'll get to that one in a bit, don't worry. But consider what it was like nearly 20 years ago. Rockstar wanted to give you a Liberty City where literally anything was possible. It wanted you to get lost in its world. The best parts of any Grand Theft Auto game aren't necessarily the story or its characters, but messing around in its open world playground, getting lost, and doing whatever you want. GTA 4 delivers that at a time when it shouldn't have been technologically possible.
Speaking of shouldn't be technologically possible, Nintendo was able to deliver Tears of the Kingdom on a console that was widely and correctly viewed as outdated hardware. I do not know how they got this game to run on the Nintendo Switch hardware. It's larger than Breath of the Wild, introducing not just the floating islands in the sky, but also a massive underground cavern, making it feel like the game has tripled in size. Yet that's not the most impressive part of Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo managed to deliver one of the most impressive, intuitive, and least buggy crafting systems I have ever seen. I am not a creative person. My vehicles barely worked, yet others are out here making stealth bombers and mechs, terrorizing the land of Hyrule. All I can do at this point is tip my hat and appreciation for what Nintendo was able to do not once, but twice with the Zelda franchise on Nintendo Switch. They are truly in a league of their own.
Rockstar has proven time and time again that they're in a league of their own when it comes to making open world games. After all, we're comparing open world games to the success of Grand Theft Auto 5 right now, and as it turns out, there are only 8 open world games reviewed higher than it. Ironically, one of those is Rockstar's follow-up to GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. It's this, not Grand Theft Auto 5, not Grand Theft Auto 3, that is Rockstar's most innovative and revolutionary game. This is the golden goose that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be chasing. There is no other game that can combine an impressive, large-scale, immersive open world with well-written characters and a memorable story. There's such an impressive amount of content that exists within its world, most of which is discovered organically. Of course, it helps when your game is taking place in the Old West and not present-day Los Angeles, but the way Red Dead rewards players for going out on their own is a sight to behold. The icing on the cake is Red Dead Redemption 2's story. Rockstar has a talent for writing great characters and strong narratives, but they often struggle to bring their stories to a satisfying conclusion. That's not the case here. Rockstar delivers from start to finish, and its finale will leave you breathless. It's a deeper, more profound narrative that goes beyond social commentary, which helps make its world feel even more alive.
Leading into the launch of the Nintendo Wii and the release of Twilight Princess along with it, there was plenty to be excited about for several reasons. While Twilight Princess is a great game, most people, both hardcore and casual gamers, spent far more time playing Wii Sports. Nintendo would launch a new system with a brand new Zelda game over a decade later in 2017 with Breath of the Wild, alongside the Nintendo Switch. This one felt different from the very beginning. I mean, on the one hand, of course it felt different. Breath of the Wild looks and feels like no other Zelda game before it. It eschews a lot of what we know and expect from the franchise, instead throwing us into a massive open world with zero handholding. There are no guidelines, no direction, just the game telling us, okay, have at it. It's something that makes the gameplay loop of Breath of the Wild so special. So many of its best moments are the ones that are completely organic. There's some repetition that exists within its shronens, but honestly, it's a nice change of pace from the open world exploration that exists. Some may decry the frustrations with weapon durability, and I get it, it's annoying, but it adds a survival element to the game that keeps me on my toes. There are few games that capture the magic and beauty of Breath of the Wild, and I'd be surprised if any game comes close to ever matching it.